Let me just share with you what I'm spending most of my time now is trying to help people lead at a higher level. And we define leading at a higher level as helping people accomplish worthwhile goals while taking into consideration the needs and concerns of all involved. Making money is not a worthwhile goal. It is a byproduct of doing good things. And so when we talk about leading at a higher level, we're really talking about, in many ways, a triple, a quadruple bottom line, which I wish Wall Street would adopt, which is that profit is the applause you get for taking care of your customers, treating your people well, and being a good citizen in your environment. And you want to be a provider of choice, you want to be an employer of choice, you want to be a citizen of choice, and sure, you want to be the investment of choice too. I was reading, I was telling a group earlier, a wonderful quote from the Dalai Lama recently, and he said that businesses are complex organizations. They are not money-making machines. And he said that sure, making money is important so that organizations can what? Do good things. But he said human beings can't survive if they don't have food or water. But to define us as, just, gatherers of food and water and all really misses the point. We need food and water so we can do good things and make a difference in life. And I think that's what's really true. So what I want to talk to you about is if you're going to lead at a higher level, what would that mean in this tough economic times? And I'm suggesting to people that there's three things we need to focus on in tough economic times if we're going to lead at a higher level. The first one is, as leaders, we need to be bearers of hope. If you're not hopeful, then your people are in big trouble. It doesn't mean you should deny the truth about the present reality, but what you really need to do is to say, we can make this through this. We've done this in the past. We're very fortunate, Margie and I have a 94-year-old entrepreneur on our board of directors. And he said, come on, I went through the Depression, 29. He said, they didn't have any systems or anything. He said, this is tough, but that was really tough. So Pat has been just a wonderful perspective setter for us. And so that you really need to be bearers of hope and say, we can do this. Let's hang together. This is tough, but we can make it. And to show you the power of being hopeful, why don't you all stand up? I want to do a couple of things. First, what I want you to do is, within the limits of where you are sitting, I'd like you to take about 30 seconds and greet as many people as you possibly can, but greet them in a special way. Greet them as if they're unimportant and you're looking for somebody much more important to talk to. So if you could, okay. Okay, stop where you are, but don't sit down. Stop where you are, but don't sit down. What I'd like you to do now is, for another 30 seconds, greet as many people as possible. At this time, greet them as if they're a long-lost friend and you are really glad to see them. Okay, you can sit down. You can sit down. You can sit down. When I'm not in California, I always say to people, why do you think I did that, besides I'm from California? And we're going to bring in some hot tubs a little bit later. But the reason I did that is that if you want to run a great organization, great family, great church and all, you have to know how to manage people's energy, including your own. Which of the two activities was there more energy in the room, the first one or the second one? Second one, significant. And what did I do to change the whole energy? All I changed was what you were thinking about. From a negative thought, these are unimportant people, to a positive thought, these are long-lost people. And all of a sudden, the energy in the room changed, see? And it's really interesting. I don't know how many of you know that the brain and the computer have a lot in common. You know what they have in common? Both the brain and the computer do not know the difference between the truth and what you tell it. When you put information in a computer, it doesn't say these facts are wrong, where'd you get these facts? The computer will do whatever it can with the input you give it. What have we said about the computer for years? Garbage in, what? Garbage out. You know the brain is the exact same way. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the truth and what you tell it. If you woke up this morning and looked in the mirror and said, "You were fabulous," your brain is going to say, "Who are you kidding? You know, I know you a lot better than that." And so one of the things that's just amazing is the power of what? Being a positive force and being a thing of hope and helping program people's minds in a positive way. I'm not talking about in a negative way. And what's so interesting is that when you start to be hopeful and send positive messages to people, what happens to their behavior? I didn't tell you how to behave, did I? But how did you behave when I said these are unimportant people? Very little eye contact, shoulders down, very little touching past by each other. Then I said, these are long-lost friends. What happened? Your faces lit up. You started to laugh. You started to hug each other. I didn't tell you what to do. But just changing your energy by what I put in your brain changed the whole behavior in the room and changed the energy. And so I can't say enough about that.